Hey guys, thanks for joining in. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Today's session gonna be exciting based on the question yesterday, right? We'll be understanding what is difference between these fancy terminologies, right? LLM, RAG, agents, and AI agent. So agentic AI framework. So we'll be understanding these things. Give a couple of minutes for others to join in, and we'll kickstart the session sometime. Hey guys, welcome to the session. I really appreciate the people who have joined on time and for waiting for others to join in. I hope, can you confirm, are you able to see my screen and able to hear me properly?
Yeah, Prashant.
Yes, I can hear it and see. So yeah.
Yep. Thank you for confirming. And as usual, let's start with a question. Can anyone guess what is the maximum number of teeth a snail can have? Any guesses? Don't ask the ChatGPT. I want to avoid
What
at
is it?
least.
Maximum
Pardon?
number? Maximum number of? No, maximum number of
25,000.
what is it?
Maximum number of teeth a snail can have.
Oh,
I'll go with 250.
oh
250.
to
Mm-hmm.
B or C.
25,000.
25,000.
Mm-hmm. So whoever has guessed, there are a couple of correct answers I heard from you guys. Anyone want to try more? Don't use internet, of course. It's just no need to be right or wrong. So just guess. Yeah.
250 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the correct answer is 25,000. There is the maximum teeth it can have, and on average around 15,000. Of course, this I got it from ChatGPT, but yeah. Today's topic is pretty important to understand as we are starting this course. It is our duty to understand these keywords. Of course, we'll not look into deep because during the line we'll be looking to because we are just starting, we are just warming up. We'll understand these keywords now and we'll look into practically, right, in further classes. As there are many people who asked this question, and Let me start by explaining with first I will explain what are these individually, and then I will get into the actual differences. Just a minute. Yeah, are you guys able to see what do you see, guys?
Funnel.
Funnel
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
books. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what I need to say is, just give me a minute. My string screen is a little hung. It's quite obvious that during the demo time, things will not work properly. Yeah, I think we are good. So yeah, I mean, there is a book at the bottom. Maybe I will start from little before, but for the people who are attended my workshop, right? They already know those stuff, but I want to because there are many people who haven't attended the workshop, so I want to take them from the base, not very much base. Like I will start with explaining what is machine learning, and from there I will take towards LLM. That will be easy to understand for the people who haven't attended the workshop. You might have, I mean, the people in the group, you might have heard about machine learning, right? So can anyone explain, like, it doesn't need to be right or wrong, just a simple explanation. What is machine learning basically? Any guesses, guys?
Like learning LLM or was how does
Yeah, anything like, I mean, you might have heard about this terminology, machine learning. So, I mean, at least by seeing these keywords, machine learning, what we can understand and what is machine learning?
It is a branch of artificial intelligence. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I know.
Yeah, that's right. Let's try to
Make-
understand. Yeah, go ahead.
Making decisions.
Mm-hmm. Let's try to understand with an example. Okay, machine learning, how machine learning is. So I'm showing certain data here. So it has the name and the age of the person, and where the credit card has been issued, and where the credit card is getting used, and whether he's a fraud or not. So no being he's not fraud, and yes being he's a fraud. By seeing this data, right? So do you find any pattern who is fraud and who is not fraud? I mean, of course, to understand this, we need more data, but this is a sample of data I'm giving to you guys. And with this sample of data, do you guys able to identify any pattern in it?
The country is different.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Any more findings?
All letters starting with B.
Yeah, that's also a pattern. That's correct, Mahinder. Any more patterns?
It is fraudulent when issued is not the same of the card used.
That's a good observation. By the way, what's your name?
Ritika.
Ritika. Okay, that's a good finding, Ritika. That's right. Like with this patterns, like each person has informed a different patterns, right? With these patterns, now can you tell me if I give you a new data like a name Prashant and age 29 and his card issued in Canada and his card used in India, whether he's a fraud or not?
Yes, he is fraud.
Fraud.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So we have used the patterns from the historical data, sample data, and utilize that pattern to predict the future. This is how the things happen in machine learning. So here we are a person, we have identified it, right? It's called human learning. I have given you the sample data and your brain read the data and identified a patterns in it. And we, by using those patterns, if I pass in new data and you are able to predict it. If I just replace a human with a machine, so machine means machine also works with certain algorithms in the background. And these algorithms identify the patterns in the data and becomes a model. And if I pass this new data to the model and the output is the prediction. Do you guys understand machine learning? Let me know, guys, if you have any doubts in machine learning. I will be happy to explain. Any doubts?
Right now, no.
Okay. So in machine learning algorithms, there are many examples, applications, right? So you might have heard about algo trading, like many share market. Instead of people, the algorithm itself will do the trading. It will identify based on the historical data whether to buy or sell the item, the share, right? And the product recommendation. If you go to Flipkart or Amazon, right? Whichever website you go, the ad will follow you. And route optimization, like which is the fastest route you need to try if you want to travel from your home to bus stand, right? These are all examples of machine learning. And similarly, how I explained machine learning, right? So deep learning is similar, whereas machine learning is mostly talks about textual data. I mean, the structural data. The data is in structure, as we saw. It is in a tabular format, which is structural data. When we talk about unstructured data, also like audio, video, and images, right? So then we'll be using deep learning models. Examples is like the object detection models, right? And object detection, gender classification, age estimation, emotion detection, facial recognition, and the visual Q&A. There are more examples, right? Now let's get into, now we understand what is machine learning, what is deep learning, right? Now coming to this LLM, it's a large language model. That means we have given a lot of text. We have given millions of text pages, books, blogs, feeds, articles, scientific papers, and uh, and we have given all this information to an algorithm, and the algorithm has understood the patterns in it, and it is in a situation to generate a new text. That is what LLM is. Any doubts in part of LLM, guys?
LLM is large. Can you repeat it, Prashant?
Yeah, it's a large language model
Okay.
where lot of text data has been given to the algorithm, and that has been trained with the large data, and it is in a situation now able to generate on its own.
Okay. Okay.
So example is like a chat GPT which we are using currently, right? So if you ask the question, it will be answering based on the question what we have. So not only that, so here we need to observe one thing is it is not a keyword match, it is contextual understanding. The models became more mature, it is able to understand what is the question and able to answer it.
So Prashant,
And yeah, go ahead, Sai.
in case of machine learning as well as LLM, the common is you are just passing data to the algorithms. Only the difference between this machine learning LLM is it's a large language model and that is a textual one. Is that I'm correct?
That's correct. There is high level, that is correct, but if you go deep we'll understand more. And LLM is also a part of machine learning. It is also one technique. I will come to that slide a little later because I'm explaining one by one, and we'll show the whole picture where LLM will come into place.
Okay.
And coming to image based. So how in LLMs, right, we have given the text data. Here we have given millions of images, photographs, illustrations, diagrams, pictures, and trained the models. And these models called as diffusion models. And I will give the examples in the next slide. And these models are in a situation to generate new images. So that is why we call it as Gen AI, generative AI. In machine learning and deep learning, it is classification. We classify things, whether it is a cat or a dog, whether it is a vehicle or a human. Whereas in Gen AI, we generate new content. Either in LLM or diffusion models, we generate new content. Example is if I give a prompt, it generates, it is not somewhere it will search for this kind of image and will provide it. It is not like that. It is gonna be generating a new image. That's why if you have observed any image based LLMs, I mean image based diffusion models, right? It will take some time to generate because it is all generating on its own. Any doubts, guys? LLMs and diffusion models. So the magician who learns and respond, we call as a model. So as I explained earlier, so the patterns algorithm will be learning the patterns, right? Then it will become a model. So we call it as model. If it is a text based, then we call it as LLM, large language model. Whereas, for example, text based Gen AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, right? And image based models, we call it as, of course, we cannot call it as large language models because that is not a language, right? So we call it as diffusion models or GANs, generative adversarial network. So these image-based generative AI models, like examples I can say as Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, DALI, and Adobe Firefly. So these and all are examples where we can generate videos, generate images, generate audio, and the data sets what it has trained is images, videos, and audios. Can you guys guess like how many models we have in this complete world? Any random number? Like
Several hundred.
25 to 30.
Mm-hmm. Any more guesses, guys? So Open Router is the website where we can check all the models. Like it is like a marketplace. Like I can say as Amazon, like where is a marketplace where we can see all sellers' products, right? Similarly, like this, Open Router is the place where we can see. And if you see, there are 554 models in whole world. Why it is slow? I mean, the number is very less because these models are not easy to train. To train these models, it required a lot of computing power because we are not talking about a data which is there in hard disk. We are talking about like billions amount of terabytes of the data, and each model we can see like how much data it has been trained with and how much I mean what is the context for these models. And coming to this whole picture, what you need to understand here is so artificial intelligence is basically giving sense to machines to work on its own. And in artificial intelligence, one part is machine learning. We understood how machine learning works, mostly structured data, right? And in machine learning, we have one more subtype as deep learning, where we mostly use deep learning for unstructured data. Even structured data also will use deep learning, but if it is more complex data, then we use deep learning. Let me ask a question here. If there is an election is going to happen in the next month, even politicians try to use the technology to predict which party is going to win, right? Can you tell me, like, as we saw machine learning, we have given the name, age, and where the card is issued and where the card is used, kind of uh, columns, right? So, in order to identify and predict about the winning party, what and all columns we need to provide?
Like name,
Demographics.
age,
Yeah, go ahead, Madhu.
yeah, name, age, previous, like which party is like they are.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
name of the contestant, age of the contestant, and party he has
yeah,
participated in the last year. Yeah.
yeah.
Any more? Any more, guys?
As many data points as it can get to predict more accurately.
Mm-hmm.
So with age, actually, we can just know that which are under the major category are the senior citizens or the youth, actually, and just woo them with the same, like giving incentives, like this is what will be given if even.
Yeah, right. Incentives also is part, and age is one of the important. That's right, Sai. And you just think like what can impact the win or lose?
Mindset
Survey
orientation.
results.
Yeah, Lakshita.
Survey results, maybe.
Survey results. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is also one of the part of the thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I say like climate data? I'm taking very worst reason, but I want to relate to you guys. Climate is not directly proportional to the thing, but it is indirectly.
Yes.
Can anyone guess?
Uh, yeah. it can impact that how you just go in the public and just campaign related to campaign.
That's right. And and also like we can have the use cases like if existing party, let's suppose there is a party A, right, which is ruling currently, and we are going to go for elections. If climate was supported, the agriculture will be good. There will be no floods. There will be less damages, right? Then people will think that whatever the party has been there till ruling now, it will be supportive to that current party. Do you agree with me? The rains
Yeah,
and infrastructure.
as per the historical data, they can go
Yep.
according to that.
Yeah. Climate data. And can I say that the the government offices, right? I need to take that data also. How many applications they have received? How fast they have? I mean, solve the issues of the people. Does it also relate to the winning?
Yes.
Yes, yesterday only
Yes.
in news it just came that because of the climate prediction from one of the model of the AI, they have very good productivity actually all over the agricultural farms.
Right. So the
Also,
government
crime
office.
rate. Crime
Yeah,
rate.
exactly. That's a good point, Hariharan. So crime rate. So if I talk for say, I mean, we just thought for just 5 minutes, right? We have come up around 10 to 20 columns. But if we sit for 2 hours, we can have 1,000+ columns in order to predict for for a party to win. In just
Yes.
5 minutes, we just have come up with 10, 20 because everything matters, right? How many, how much revenue they have generated, how much companies it has started, how many companies are doing well, how much tax they are collected, how much campaigns they did. There are many things comes. So once the data is huge, it will be difficult in machine learning to have to be handled by a machine learning. That's where this deep learning comes into picture. If the data is complex or if it is unstructured data, we'll go for deep learning. And in deep learning, there is one more type is LLMs, large language models, which is the advanced version of NLP, natural language processing. You understood now LLM also, like basically it's a large language models trained with the huge data to generate new text. Is this complete picture is clear for you guys before I proceed?
Yes, for me, yeah.
Now let's look at, now we understood all this terminology in high level, of course. We'll see practically in more sessions. Now let's try to understand agent. Okay, what is agent basically? Let's suppose there is a let's take my name only, Prashant, and he's a software engineer, right? And as a software engineer, he will be having a prior knowledge like Python, SQL, MS Office, and blah blah blah, lot many, right? And as a software engineer, he will be having particular abilities like he when once the requirement comes to him, he will start thinking, right? He will start in the mode of problem solving mode, and if any new technologies comes into place and it is required for the project, he will be quick learner, and he will be have day-to-day activities like he'll have the deliverables. He has certain jiras assigned to him and he need to deliver the solutions. It can be any goals, right? Can I call him as a software agent, a computational person who understands the environment, make decisions, actions to achieve goal with the help of prior knowledge? And he should be having the ability to work in a feedback loop, because once he do the work, he need to pass on to the team lead for the review. Once once the team lead reviews, he will work on that again to correct that, and also he will be passing to the QA person. They will be testing it, and the solution, if there are any issues, he will be fixing back. Does you guys relate to the software engineer? That is the life cycle, right? Will you agree with me, guys?
Yes. Mhm.
Right. So if I want to replace this software engineer with a machine, similar things, it also have the prior knowledge. Agree with me? Does LLMs have the prior knowledge?
Yes, we are training, right?
Yeah, right. And it has the abilities. If I ask, if so, in the example of the Chat GPT, when we ask a question, right, 2 + 3, it will solve that problem. Does it has the reasoning and problem solving, quick learning things?
Yes.
And goal. So if we ask a question, it will work on its goal. If I ask for a mathematical problem, it will not tell me a story. It will solve that problem. It is goal oriented, right?
Yes.
So I just
Yes.
want to change from software to AI agent. Same thing, like how a software engineer works. On presence of the software engineer, we are putting this AI agent who understands the environment, make decisions, actions to achieve goal with prior knowledge and abilities to continuous feedback loop. It is exactly the same thing, guys. AI agent means basically it is a replacement of us developers. And will not look into example now. The time will not be sufficient because it is extensive thing where we'll be seeing the code. Let me give one business scenario to understand the AI agents way better. Let's suppose if I have a problem with my car, what I will do. I mean, if you guys get a problem with with the car suddenly, what will do?
Oh, call a
We'll check the
mechanic.
problem.
Reach out to mechanic.
Yeah, reach out to mechanic, and if it is in warranty,
He'll call
Oh,
the
we'll get it
customer
fixed.
support.
Customer service issue.
right? So we'll be calling to the customer service agent, right? Same way, like we'll be calling to the customer service agent, and if you have remembered, the first call goes to the receptionist, right? And the receptionist will understand our problem, our need. If we have called for to looking for a new model and buying perspective, then the receptionist duty is to divert us to a sales representative. If we have called with a problem, then receptionist will divert to whom?
Service engineers.
Exactly, service engineer, right? And service engineer or salesperson will respond to our problem. Is the business case is clear, guys?
So whenever you
Yes.
have an issue, it will be just routed to the right department.
Exactly,
Once
that's
you call
right.
customer care.
So if we put down the tasks of the receptionist, right? He understand my question, he will direct to right person, right? Can LLM can do this task? If I ask a question, does it have the capability to understand whether I have called for service or I have called for sales?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right, Ritika. Yeah. Maybe you can, I mean, as part of homework, you can try it out. You can put a question to the chat GPT and say to identify whether I'm calling for a sales or service, right? It will, of course, I will show practically with the program in further classes. But today we are just trying to understand the things conceptually so that we can understand the differences between agent and AI agent and LLM, all the stuff. And coming to the service person, right? What is the duty of the service person? Once we call with a problem, he will try to understand the problem. If he can able to resolve on phone, like he can he can give the steps, list of steps, what I need to do, what I need to take care in that situation, right? He cannot solve the problem on phone because I mean physically we need to do, or else he will book a service appointment. This also I can replace with AI agent. AI agent is capable of understanding the problem, responding with the steps, and also it can book the appointment. So I mean, these are the use cases where agents, which AI agents will come into picture, where replacing certain manual tasks, certain repetitive, boring tasks. That is where this AI agent comes into picture. I hope with this business use case, you guys able to understand what is AI agent and where we can use AI agent. Can you guys confirm me, or else if you have any doubts,
Yes.
let me know.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, thank you guys for confirming. So now we'll see, coming to the actual thing where we started discussing. We have discussed about what is LLM. We discussed about AI agent. Let's understand what is a RAG. Of course, like we will be doing all this stuff practically, but we are just warming up our brain with the concepts what we are learning. So RAG is basically, let's suppose I'm calling HDFC Bank. Okay, I'm not calling, like if I want to know certain information about like let's suppose I'm an employee of HDFC Bank, and I want to know a policy. If I ask this question in chat GPT, does it can answer to us? If I ask anything HDFC internal policies, if I ask this question, does GPT can answer us?
No. You mean
So
information in their domain, right? Like specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you have to set that up with, I think, the RAG, right?
Yeah. So I just want to come up with this question, like LLMs are trained with, I said, like huge data, right? What is this data? From where these companies, I mean, if I talk about OpenAI or Google, how they are getting this data? This data is from internet. Whatever internet is freely available, right? Anyone can read the data. So that's why these companies are taking the data and training those LLMs. But we are talking about HDFC internal policies, which are not available internet. I cannot access it. If I'm an employee of HDFC Bank, then only I will be able to access the internal documents. Agree with me, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
You understand between the data, like which is specifically only for the employees, and the data which is available in internet. So in this use case, right, HDFC cannot use ChatGPT to help his employees, because ChatGPT will not give answers to this thing. So that's where this RAG concept comes into picture, Retrieval-Augmented Generation. So we will build a separate internal system where all the company's secured information will be stored. It is inside HDFC hands. It's not a public domain. So if we ask any questions, the answers will come out of from the internal system, not from outside. This is what RAG. Of course, we'll discuss more and I'll explain in more depth in further classes, but try to understand if any private data and secure data is there that we cannot give it to LLMs. We need to use RAG. Okay, then how these companies are getting benefited, right? If HDFC employees are not getting benefited with LLMs, how we can use? So that's where the RAG system will come into picture. With the help of RAG, the LLMs work internally. And not only the banks, right? Healthcare data is very much it's a PII data, right? So which is not available to whole public. So all this PII data, it is not possible for healthcare industry to give it to LLMs to make it public. It is internal. If I talk about company to company, pharmaceutical company or banking company or any company don't want to give their internal documents to any public. So every company need RAG. And if I talk about company, let's suppose I'm working in a company called TCS, and will I get access to HR internal documents? If I'm a software engineer, will I get access to HR documentations?
No.
Nope.
So that means we cannot put all the company data also to one RAG. We need to have separate RAG for each department. And even not even department, in each HR department also there will be certain people who take care of recruitment. They should not have access to other departments information, right? So that means in single company itself there are many RAGs, many LLMs has to be there. That's where our agentic AI developers need is required. We need to build many solutions. It is not single LLM which is there which will solve all problems. We need to build domain specific LLMs. That's what we will be understanding with the RAG. Now we understand LLMs, RAG, AI agents. Now what is this agentic AI? It is quite simple. In high level, if an AI agent is to replace a task, agentic AI is to replace a team. If I want to deliver a project, I need a team, right? Can anyone tell me like what and all team is required for me to deliver a project, a software development project?
You need an architect
Mm-hmm.
and developers, at least one.
Testing, testers.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The support team.
That's
At
right.
least engineers. Yes, it is.
Business analyst team. Yeah.
Project manager,
Yeah.
designer.
Exactly. So whatever roles you have said, right? What I will do is I will create an AI agent for each role. For a software developer, I will create an AI agent. For QA, I will create an AI agent. For a team lead, I will create an AI agent. For architect, I will create an AI agent. For a manager, I will create an AI agent. And it is a complete orchestration, right? We are having collection of AI agents. We need to have a framework. We cannot run as it is. We need to have a framework. The framework is so depth, right? If a developer works, the team lead has to review it. So this also it is possible with agentic AI framework. That means I can replace a complete team with a agentic AI framework. Of course, this is not so extensive now to replace the complete team, but this is where the direction of the agentic AI. Is it clear, guys? The conceptually, did you understand what is LLM, RAG, AI agent, agentic AI?
Yes.
Yep.
I need to hear more S to proceed. Thank you, the
Yeah.
guys who has responded. Yeah.
Understood on a high level.
Yeah, that's right. It's all high level. Of course, each thing is a big topic. We'll spend multiple sessions on each topic and we'll be seeing practically. Okay. So now you understand what is LLM is. Basically, it's a it's a LLM thing where we give the prompt and it gives us the response. And RAG is, so for a RAG, we'll be providing a query and it will respond with the internal documentation, right? AI
I have
agent
a
is,
question here.
yeah,
So we can use generally RAGs for both agentic as well as AI agent, right?
yeah, that's right. So basically, we'll create AI agents. If we have collection of AI agents, then we need a framework. That's where we come into agentic AI.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's all internally related, but these are all different topics altogether. We cannot compare directly, but this is where the confusion, I see most of the people are asking, in all the previous batches, right, they were asking this question, and so that's where I thought to clarify before we get into in depth, right? So AI agent is basically to resolve a task, right? We can perform a task. Example, if I need a receptionist, right? The receptionist duty is one task, like to redirect the people who call them. So that is one task. If I want to do that one task, I need to have an AI agent. Agentic AI is like it is agent collaboration. If I have more agents, then we will be collaborating and working together with multiple agents towards the goal, right? As a project delivery. So we can do that with the help of agentic AI. Example of LLM is text generation. As everyone know that you might have used ChatGPT and Gemini, right? And even this is also RAG also is something which will answer it, but with internal data. And in order to automate certain manual tasks, and we use AI agents. And if it is a complex problem, like it is a big problem where one AI agent cannot solve it, we need multiple agents together, work together, and solve the bigger problem, right? In that time, we'll be using agentic AI. I hope you understood what is these things, terminologies in high level, and what are the differences. If there is any confusion, let me know, guys. Here.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Good explanations. Just going to take time to digest all of that.
Yeah. For each keyword, right, we'll be spending a lot of time. So nothing to worry today. Yeah. During the course, right, I will be looking into it. And one more aspect I want to cover is with this course, like what and all roles you will be able to. Before I get into other thing, like I hope it is clear, guys. I'm proceeding to the next thing. Like if we do this course, like what and all roles you can apply for. So you can apply for a data scientist role, because we'll be spending a lot of time in machine learning and data science, exploratory data analysis, and deploying the models and retraining the models, and monitoring the models, and how to work with hyperparameter tuning, all those stuffs. And you can apply for AI ML engineer, right? So we'll be working, you will be learning not only machine learning, we'll be learning deep learning, NLP stuff, right? And AI product engineer. So I mean, it's all related to the same, but the roles are differently distributed among. If the person is working in a product, then they call it as a product engineer. And as part of this course, like we'll be helping you out, putting in your resume about at least 2 to 3 products in your resume where which we have built. I mean, which you have built. Will showcase in that way, and also I will be explaining what are those products and how what questions you will be coming up based on the products, right? What is the interview questions, and we'll be discussing, and we'll be going through the mock interviews, and will be the KSR team is will be helping you preparing the resumes, right? So we'll look into all this stuff. And AI consultant, prompt engineer, LLM specialist, and generative AI specialist, agentic AI developer, right? So I mean, you guys will be eligible to apply for all these roles. On top of it, also we are covering PySpark, Power BI also. That means you can apply for data analyst, data engineer roles also.
So Prashant, for Power BI, when we are covering Power BI, so we will be going with Fabric or the Power BI service.
So I think so Power BI I will not be teaching you guys. So it will be mostly the recorded sessions will be given. I will get back to you on that.
Thanks.
The
Thanks,
syllabus of the Power BI stuff, right? Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get back to you.
So, Prashant, do we have any hands-on experience of working on this, task, whichever you're trying to explain us, or it's just a theory part?
No. The course is like it's a 4 months course, right? So today we just saw the theory part, but from after few days, right? Once we are strong with the basics and understand the concepts, then we'll be looking extensively, like it's all project based learning. So during first few days to understand the high level concepts, then will be discussing about theory part, and after few days we'll be jumping to the coding part where we'll be working mostly building the projects.
Okay, and definitely I think Python should be is a core subject here, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, as you are asking this question, I will just tell you guys. So I will be there with you for, let me tell you the time, how much time I will be there for 4 months. Minimum 4 months I will be there with you as a live trainer to take you from, I mean, yesterday we discussed, right, the technologies. So all these technologies which are in white, the blue things at the last, Excel, Power BI, PySpark, right? These will be recorded sessions will be given to you guys. It's all add on. It is not required for the roles which I mentioned, but maybe after 4 months, right? If people are expecting full stack developers, then at that time it will help you guys to enrich your resume and to stand out in the competition, right? That's where it will help. I will be there with you guys for the as I said, like 4 months, where we'll be covering all these white labeled topics. Practically all project based learning and real time projects, and we'll be doing hackathons together in groups and all those stuff.
So when you will be teaching, so Excel, Power BI, and PySpark would be having any dependencies on what we learn, or it can be
Not
learned
at all.
independent? Okay, fine.
Independently. Parallelly, you can also cover this, but it's all individual time span. I mean, for me, I need, as I was saying, like 3 hours, 1.5 hour in the class and 1.5 hour practice. On top of it, if you have time, you can go through these things, or else you can do it whenever you want. There is no dependency on this stuff.
While doing practicals also, we don't have a dependency. Am I right?
No.
Fine,
No.
thanks.
So mostly we'll be working with databases, not with Excels. I mean, if Excel, to open the Excel, to see the Excel, right? That is the where the knowledge is required for the course. Where this Excel course is basically to write the formulas and to visualize the data, which we can do in Python also. But as you know, right, if in companies ask more things they need, so that's why it is not required. It's not a prerequisite. There is no prerequisite for this course. And as I was saying, like more than 120 plus hours will be with me as a live training, and remaining 45 hours, maybe 45 to 50 hours, which is of recordings, I mean sessions, right? Excel, Power BI, PySpark things that will be covered here. So yeah, totally like around 175 hours of total training you will get to I mean to be this time is sufficient to become an agentic AI developer and to be well aware of AI. Any questions, guys?
So, Prashant, a quick question like Python, as you mentioned, definitely it's a very tough, I mean, it has many layers of understanding. So, how depth you're going to explain in that, basically,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's a good question. So, I mean, whatever is required for to get into these roles, right? That level only will be going through, and it is not because if I touch Python, because I also took the classes, right? So I can explain Python for 3 months also, but our focus is not to become a Python developer. So our focus is to jump into AI and work with those. So whichever concepts is required, those concepts I will be teaching you, and some basic concepts which everyone should know as a Python developer. Those concepts will be discussing, and some advanced concepts related to this machine learning, data science stuff, right? That will be discussing. So I mean, let me open the
Prashant
the
sir,
course content. Yeah.
yeah, can you provide any one-on-one doubt clarifications?
See, one-on-one definitely in case something is, I mean, some any problem is there, definitely will be discussing. But mostly it's a group thing, because if you have a question, that means there might be some other students also might have the same question. I mean, to cover the same question one-on-one, it will take hours, right? Practically, it is not possible.
Yeah,
So I mean, if you are the only one who is having the doubt, others doesn't have it. So what we'll do is like if at the end of the class, right? If only the people who have doubts, they will stay back. Only one or two people who are having, right? At that time, it will be similar to one-on-one only. Yeah, this is how the things, and also we'll be having the WhatsApp group where if you have a doubt, you will be putting there, and there are the students also who are interested to contribute, right? They can explain, or case study will explain, and if it is not resolved by then also, like I will pitch into the thing, and I will be explaining you guys. Don't worry, like the support will be there. Obviously, I mean, my aim is to make you learn only. So if you have doubts, definitely I can explain you. And the people who has asked the Python syllabus, like this is how it goes. So I mean, first we'll be discussing about the setup of environment and IDE, and we'll be discussing about some basics of the operators and the flow controls, which a Python developer should know that. And we'll be discussing about the data structures, and some projects we'll be doing to be comfortable with Python, and a little bit about the classes, oops concepts, because if we want to make a productionized project, right, we need to know these concepts. So we'll be touching the oops concepts, and we'll be learning how the classes will be written and how we maintain the project structure, and how to set up the, I mean, we'll be using pip and also poetry, how the dependency management will be handled in real time, right? UV also we can use, and not only that, like how to create microservices, because this is where real time comes into picture. So most of the places when I see the agenda, right? They won't talk about this much fast API and UVCon, right? So that is very much required, because in real time the big companies work in this way only. They create microservice. They won't sit write Python coding in normally. Like they need an APIs has to be developed. So we'll be spending more time here also, and we'll be discussing about the data science related modules, how the data will be utilized, and how we slice and dice the data, and certain projects we'll be doing, and then only we'll be starting the expert data analysis after we are equipped with the Python stuff.
So Prashant, while working with models or just projects, deploying projects, so we will be just following this agile methodology or SDLC, whether that will be into track. What I mean to say is, when we are just doing something, if there is a step-by-step approach, like if we just go with the concept and the perspective of SDLC Agile with that, and then taking Git into consideration, where you can just store your code and then you start working. So that procedure will be just followed, or we have to just learn it last and just go again, start.
I mean, we can do any methodology, but I don't want to spend time on those things at first.
Yes.
First, we'll be learning. We'll jump into the concepts. I mean, in between also we'll be discussing. Like today, also we discuss some of the use cases, right? Where so those kind of use cases we'll be discussing in between, and also parallelly we'll be doing the practical stuff. So the intention is to make you understand the foundation very strong, and we'll be doing the real time projects at that time. As you said, the flow will be come into picture, where we'll be utilizing the flow and we'll be doing. And we do have the Git also as part of this course. We'll be discussing about because once hackathons comes into picture, we need to work collaboratively. It's not individual contribution, right? So that's where the things also. So
I'm not sure whether Git is there, but GitHub is there or not. I'm not sure whether both are there. Git and GitHub.
I mean, yeah, we'll be covering both. I mean, it is not a local environment, right? So we'll be having the GitHub repository where we'll be working collaboratively, each one of it. Yeah.
We can just develop a batch and just start working on that.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. That's right. And the code also, whatever we go through in the classrooms, right? I'll be uploading in the Git only. So you guys will be having access to look into the code, and the projects which I'm saying, right? I'll be creating the GitHub repositories where you will be contributing, raising the pull requests, and I'll be reviewing and merging those requests. So it is all like how in real time we work, right? That is the environment we are bringing to you guys.
Thanks, Prashant.
You're gonna teach us about Git too, right? Because I'm not familiar with GitHub and Git.
Yeah, that's true. Like as part of the course, and we'll be teaching you.
Okay.
There is no prerequisite for this course. You need to come with empty mind, and everything will be taught. Only
Okay.
problem is for the people who has already known. For them, it will
They're
be a
difficult.
repetitive. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to good to learn things. Like if anyone talk about Git, I'll still listen. There can be certain new things also. I mean, person to person, it is teacher, trainer to trainer, it is different, right? They may
Yep.
talk about some new things also. So yeah, it will be refreshing also.
Okay. Thank you.
Prashant, we are covering any topics related cloud platforms?
Yeah. So yesterday there was a similar question. So we'll be touching the Azure cloud mostly. I'm certified in Azure. Data scientist level. So I can go through how we create the models, and how we'll deploy the models, and how we trigger, and if time permits, I can show you the Azure Data Factory pipeline also, But yeah, I mean, it's a cloud is very much is required to put in our resumes, because without
Yeah.
cloud, people will not look into our resume. So that's why. So it's an add-on. We'll be learning Azure to put in our resumes, and what are the products which we gonna suggest you to put in your resume, right? That will be certain projects will be deployed in cloud Azure only. So there we'll be discussing more on that.
So
Yeah,
our
sure.
course
Because
is
I saw many
dependent
posts.
on cloud, Prashant.
Can you repeat that, Arjun? It was overlapped with other voice.
No, whatever we creating LLM and RAG, so it's all interconnected with the cloud. Other cloud we using it on this projects.
So, like, see, so basically, we'll be learning those concepts how to implement locally.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a basic level, I will be explaining about Azure and how we build the machine learning models and deploying those and maintaining those. But
Mm-hmm.
not the projects will be doing will be some open source libraries, because what I mean to is there are many students also joining in our course. I don't want for them to pay those services, OpenAI services from Azure, right? Those are costly, like AI search or the RAG, right? So all these services are costly, bit costly. So that's why I want to teach it with open source, and I will show how to do it. But we practically, you guys, I mean, need to learn and practice on your own from your side, and whoever is capable of, they can take the subscription, and I will be guiding you guys. Yeah, that level only. But our intention is mostly focus will be learning these concepts, implementing those. It can be on any platform. If we know this concepts, we can implement on any cloud. And
But
add
in the
on, I will.
organization level, the cloud it will be integrated with the cloud. Correct? In the organization level, if you're going to implement this AI, Gen AI, or agentic AI, it will be integrated with the cloud services in the organization level.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 definitely.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, I
And
mean, the cloud is different clouds, but definitely it should be in cloud. And I mean, nowadays, no one is hosting their applications in their own servers. I mean, of
Mhm.
course, like the companies like TCS, Infosys, they have their own cloud. They have their Akash cloud, and it's all different clouds. There are many
Yeah,
clouds in the market. So I will be showing you from one example with Azure, and I mean, it is similar concepts in any cloud.
beautiful, Prashant. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. You said
Yep.
you cover these topics in 4 months. Uh, can you give clear duration time? Like Python will be 1 month, and then machine learning.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Sure. Like, I mean, I do have this breakup. So around 15 sessions, 15 hours, right, on SQL and projects. Around 20 hours, maybe with Python and projects, and 23 hours on data science, machine learning, 23 hours in deep learning and NLP projects, and 25 hours in Gen AI and 25 Agentic AI. All comes to
Okay.
around 130 plus hours. And it is not a strict thing which I follow. I mean, this is the hours I say, but in every batch, right, it will extend based on the pace of the students, right? So it is not any strict. My goal is to make you learn and transformation. Until that, we'll be learning together.
so Prashant,
Okay.
Monday to
Thank you.
Friday, 1 hour every day.
1.5 hours every day.
Yeah, okay.
So do we have recorded videos of this training?
Yes, every day you will get from your LMS portal, right? Whichever has, I mean, you might have enrolled from CASA's LMS portal. So there, every day after the session, the recording will be available. but I highly encourage people to join in person and be attentive, because the time we choose, I mean, of course, like if it may differ from country to country, but mostly we see the students are from India. So for them to have 6:30 to 8 is the fresh morning to learn new concepts, and we are looking for some transformation. This is the best time to start. And if we postpone, like we'll see recording, we'll see later, right? The next day you will be in sync, you'll not be in sync, right? So I don't want to that. So I prefer everyone to be in person and attentive, because of course I'm not forcing now, but slowly I will force people to talk, and I will ask to share your screen and show the thing. So that's where we can learn. That is the best way. I will be a strict teacher. So yeah, that's what recording sessions will be available for you guys.
So Prashant, yesterday's class, how we can access if you would like to?
So I'm not sure whether you are part of that group, WhatsApp group. It was posted there. Let me.
I am a part, I believe.
Even I also need that yesterday's recording. Like.
Yeah, let me ping you the link of yesterday's recording in the chat. Try to get. Yeah, there's yesterday's recording. Today's recording. I mean, right now I will be.
Take time.
Yeah.
Get it. Thanks.
So can we have all those recorded sessions in one place?
Yeah, LMS portal is the one-stop destination. You'll have all the documentations and the interview questions and the recorded sessions. Everything will be there in LMS portal.
Okay.
Any questions, guys? That's the main agenda I want to cover in this today's session, like to introduce these terminologies and explaining a little bit in high level about the concepts and show the differences. I hope you understood, and tomorrow session will be more interesting, I say, because we'll be looking into image generation. I will be showing you one of the tool where we can create our own agent, and we can create images, and of course, like that is with the help of tool where there is no code. We just give the prompt and we generate it, and that we'll see the platform we need to understand, and we'll see that tomorrow. And if you don't have any questions, and let's
Prashant, one question.
yeah, go
So
ahead.
once this recording is complete, so in a group, whether we will get the recording link for this class, today's class?
Yeah. Not in the group. You can go through the LMS portal. The links will be uploaded there. Or else, like if you come tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, I'm expecting you, so you will be there.
I will be.
So yeah. So I will share tomorrow the link.
Thanks.
Okay, then I would like to conclude that let's keep learning, and let's meet you tomorrow. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you, guys. You were so interactive. I'm expecting more interaction tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. Good night or good evening, wherever you guys are.
Thank you, Prashant.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys.